Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, according to your location. My name is Chikwendu Chukwunonso. So I'll be talking about digitalization and greening of TVET programs in technical colleges. We all know that technical and professional training plays a vital role in equipping individuals with the skills and knowledge necessary for gainful employment. We all know that the technological advancement is rapidly growing at the moment, and emphasis on practices and sustainability programs in technical colleges have become imperative. So this transformation not only ensures the relevance of skills in the modern workforce, but also contributes to the creation of environmentally conscious and sustainable industries. So we are going to look at the digitalization in TVET. This enhances teaching and learning and also provides access to digital resources and simulations. The examples include in the Industry 4.0 integration, online learning platforms, as well as digital credentialing. Looking at the image on the right, this is one of the digital resources. This is a smart board. And with the smart board, it makes the digitalization easier in instruction. Because from the smart board, you have access to all the tools you need during classroom instruction. You can as well get to the internet, the YouTube, and so on through the board. So let's look at the first one, which is the Industry 4.0 integration. Now, incorporating Industry 4.0 technologies such as the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and automation into the TVET curricula ensures that students are familiar with the latest advancements in their respective fields. You know, for instance, in companies where you produce cars and chips, they use this automation and AI. And we need to incorporate this in our curricula so that when our students are graduating or finishing from the TVET training, they will be ready to face the world of work. And secondly, the practical exposure to digital tools enhances problem-solving skills and prepares students for the evolving demands of tech-driven workplaces. So we look at the next one, which is the online learning platforms. The online learning platforms include utilizing digital platforms for learning, materials, and resources. You know, this takes care of self-paced learning. For instance, we have the IITE library for teachers, which have participated in one or two of the trainings, and we have others like Allison. We have the LinkedIn Learning. We have the Coursera. All these learning digital platforms enables one to learn at a self-paced, to have a self-paced learning. And we talk about virtual simulations and online labs, which provide a risk-free environment for students to experiment with real-world scenarios, enhancing their practical skills. Looking at the image here, this is an electrical simulation application. I use this with my students as well. These simulations allow the students to, you know, it promotes the greening TVET and in conserving nature. In the sense that using these simulations, you can actually practice and learn what you're doing without having to, you know, cause damage to an actual material or use resources that can be preserved. So we look at the third, the digital credentialing. Implementing digital credentials and certifications ensures that students' achievements are globally recognized, facilitating easier entry into the job market. Just like I mentioned earlier, this digital credentialing, just like the ITE library for teachers, the Coursera, Allison, TEDx. These are digital credentialing platforms where you can learn and grow. Then we have digital portfolios, which showcase practical projects and accomplishments, providing a comprehensive view of students' capabilities to potential employers. And these portfolios, we have the apps, the platforms where which can do that. We have the Evernote. Some people, we can use Canva to showcase your skills. The practical projects, we have the GitHub. All these are portfolios one can use to showcase their accomplishments. So let's look at the greening TVET. Knowing that greening TVET basically promotes eco-friendly practices, which aligns with global sustainability goals through green skills. And green skills can be described as competencies related to sustainability and environmental practices, which are vital for addressing climate change and resource conservation. So you can see that all these, like what I mentioned earlier in the installation, they are all encompassing. They can't really do without one another. So let's look at the greening TVET programs. This can be defined as those TVET programs which prepare learners with green skills required for evolving green jobs by effectively applying green technologies and processes which are vital for addressing climate change and resource conservation. And the green TVET programs include the renewable energy training, sustainable design and manufacturing, waste management education. Now, on the renewable energy training, you can see in the image there, these are our students, and they are learning how to install and maintain the solar energy. This is a solar system, which is a source of renewable energy. So integrating renewable energy modules into TVET programs equips students with skills in solar, wind, and other sustainable energy sources. And practical training in designing, installing, and maintaining renewable energy systems prepares students for careers in the green energy sector. Like we know, everywhere, all countries and continents, we are going green. Though we in the developing part of the world, we are still trying to find our foot in the system. So we look at the sustainable design and the manufacturing. Here, incorporating principles of sustainable design and manufacturing ensures that students are conscious of environmental impacts. Training with eco-friendly materials and processes promotes the development of products with a reduced carbon footprint. Then we look at the waste management education. Including waste management courses in TVET programs educates students on sustainable waste practices and encourages the development of innovative solutions. Practical projects focused on recycling and waste reduction foster a mindset of environmental responsibility. Now, looking at the image on the screen, this is a biological waste treatment plant, and our students were fully engaged. All the people you're seeing here are our students. So this biological waste plant converts the waste. Actually, the waste will enter here. If you look at the image, on the right side, the one at the bottom and the one at the top, this is the base. When the construction is still ongoing, this is the base after the excavation. You can see the pipings. This recycles the wastewater back into, there's a stream behind those bamboos you're seeing. So this recycles the wastewater and reintroduces them into the ecosystem. This is the completed work. grasses will be planted on the middle picture. Is the completed work image of the work, and grasses will be planted on this, which will be doing the recycling job. Now, benefits of sorry. So we look at the benefits of greening the digitalized. Sorry, I can't see. What was the okay? So the benefit of digitalization and greening TVET programs, we have the enhanced employability. Here, graduates are better prepared to meet the evolving demands of industries, adopting digital technologies and sustainable practices. And secondly, the contribution to sustainable development. The program instills a sense of responsibility, fostering a workforce capable. The next one, as the next benefit, is the global relevance. That's where the digital credentials and skills acquired comes in. So through TVET programs with a focus on green practices ensure global recognition and competitiveness in the job market. Then we look at the strategies, the digitalization strategies. The strategies include teacher training, under which we have we talk about the need for digital literacy for educators. This is one of the serious challenges we are facing in the digitalization of TVET. Educators, I don't know how to put it. I would like to say they shy away from getting the necessary ICT skills, because when you look at the rate at which educators and teachers go into ICT, the rate is very poor. Strategies needs to be looked into, and we see how we can involve more teachers to get digital literacy. Then continuous professional development. Then we come to the infrastructure aspect. We need high-speed internet, computers, and softwares, and these are not cheap. So support is needed for both teachers and students for them to be able to participate effectively. And we come in conclusion. And the conclusion, the study and green TVET programs in technical colleges are essential steps towards nurturing a skilled workforce that not only meets the needs of modern industries, but also contributes to a sustainable and eco-friendly future. So by integrating cutting-edge technologies and environmentally conscious practices into education, we empower the workforce of tomorrow to drive innovation and positive change. And that's me rounding up, and thank you for listening.
My question to you is, can you give examples of any specific, I don't know, software or apps that you can recommend for greening TVET? That is, yes, you mentioned the smart board. Is there any particular app that you have in your mind that you can share?
Yeah, sure. You know, TVET as a body is vast, is broad. So I will have to probably limit it to my area, which is industrial technical education, which includes building and woodwork, electrical and electronics, and then metal work and auto mechanics. So the apps we have, okay, in electrical we have apps like AutoCAD electrical. We also have the AutoCAD civil for building. Then in simulation electronics, we have the Edison app, and then we have this electrical app as well, which we use for simulation. Then another app we have is what's his name again? The constructor. The constructor is an app. It's also used for electrical simulations. There are lots. There are lots in the on the internet. I don't know if I answered the question.
And we will be moving on. And yes, okay, there is a question. I want Sir to tell us about the global warming issues with connection of TVET.
Okay. You see, what TVET is trying to do, because the global warming, it actually boils down to what we are talking about, from the conservation of the natural resources. So what we are trying to do in the greening TVET on that is to see how we can minimize the use of these resources. So that's where the digitalization, the ICT is coming into it. Just like I mentioned, some of these simulations I talked about, they would have been done with actual resources, you know, the actual hands-on, where the students will use to learn, and in the process, a lot will be damaged. So conserving these resources, we use the simulation so that after using the simulation, when on doing the hands-on, the preservation of resources will be maximized. You know, the waste of resources will be minimalized. So this is how it cuts across all the TVET areas.